Howdy, y'all. It's day 61, and I'm coming to you from the rebounding experiment from Texas. Yeehaw! Howdy, partner. Let's rebound together today. Okay. Does it ever bother you when you see people in videos inside a building wearing a hat? I always think that just doesn't look right. Like hats are made, well, some type of hats are made to be worn outside, like this one. And I'm going to be walking my dog in a few minutes. And because it's wool, I will put it on to keep my head warm while I'm walking my dog. All right, I just crossed that hat in the hallway, and I thought that would be funny to start this video with my green velvet hat. I mean, it's not velvet, it's wool, green wool hat. Don't forget to hydrate. Okay. What's in my book? What's in my hand today? This book that I'm reading. And today when I rebound, I'm going to talk about what I'm reading in this book, The Oil That Heals, A Physician's Successes with Castor Oil Treatments by William McGarry. So very, very interesting chapter that I'm on, okay? I'm going to take some more water and we're going to get started hydrating. We're going to get started rebounding, not hydrating. Today, I don't have a special outfit to show you, although the pants that I'm wearing, my sister and I call my Melissa McCarthy pants. So you're going to see why in just a second. Do y'all know who Melissa McCarthy is? She's a comedian. The chapter I am on and I'm going to be talking about is attitudes and emotions in healing. Why are attitudes and emotions powerful in your healing story? All right. So let me get on my rebounder and knock this out. Good morning. It's Saturday on day 62. Okay. So look, these are my Melissa McCarthy pants. They're camo. And I talked about them in another video. Alexa, give me a 1-minute timer. Alexa, give me a second timer for 5 minutes. Second timer, 5 minutes. All right, here we go. It's Saturday. We're going to start off with the health bounce. So I bought these camo pants on the Land's End website. And I just enjoy them because they're green and I love green. How many of you out there love green too? I love the color green. It represents life. It represents growth. Green represents, I don't know, good. That's how it represents to me. Am I influenced by the fact that I have green eyes? I don't know. Maybe. When I wear green, my eyes really shine brightly. It's green. Okay, y'all, the 1-minute timer is going off. Alexa, stop the 1-minute timer. Okay, 1 minute, guys. That's over. If you opened up your lymphatic floodgates, you're done. That's how fast and easy we can at least commit to 1-minute timers. I'm going to go on for the 10 minutes. Y'all, tomorrow is the last day of my 63-day experiment. All right, it's only 63 days because I'm going to start with day 1 on Monday. On January 1st, everybody's going to start day 1. I've got about 6 people so far who are going to join us for a live video jumping on the camera. So I'll probably be sending out the link later this afternoon, evening. So everybody who's going to join, who wants to be live on the video camera with their phones, you know, what it entails is you have to know how to click on a link in your email. It should open up my platform called StreamYard. And then you have to click enter the studio. And when you enter the studio, you may have to do a few things with your settings in the studio to make sure that your microphone's working or your camera's working. Other than that, you got to find a spot to prop up your phone on a table or a chair or on a little couple shoe boxes. You can stack some shoe boxes up and prop it up that way. My sister puts hers in her window sill, and then she puts her rebounder back so she can be seen on the camera. And then there's going to be like 6 little boxes on the video here, where right now you just see one box. You'll see 6 little boxes of people like this jumping up and down to start their new year 2024, moving more. We're gonna move more in 24. We're gonna move more in 24. How you gonna move more in 24? I'm gonna move more in 24. Y'all, my arms are feeling heavy and strong, heavy from muscles, heavy from bone density. All this is feeling very hard, solid, and all of this is getting eaten away. The fat is getting eaten away and utilized. And remember, I don't even think it's actually fat. I think it's fluid. We used to have in high school, in my kitchen, when I was in high school, my mom had this little plaque. I don't know, I think my dad actually might have given it to her, which is par for the course. But it was these 2 sheep that were considered U's. I think it's E-W-E. How do you spell U? Like the animal. And this little saying with the 2 animals, little fluffy sheep, said, "U's not fat, U's fluffy." And so I thought that was cute. And subsequently, 20 years later, I learned that all this fluid in the body is pretty much fluff. It's excess. And you can release the fluid. Okay, there's our 5-minute mark. Well, now it's all downhill from there. Alexa, give me another 5 minutes. 5 minutes on. Oh, I hear my dog. She's awake. Okay, let's see if she can just hang out for 5 minutes without me going to get her. All right. So use not fat, use fluffy. Okay, so I told you I was going to tell you what I'm reading in the book on the chapter about attitude and emotions, how it's a big part of your healing journey. And it's so ironic that that was the chapter I started last night, because that's kind of the conversation I was having yesterday or the day before, talking about your emotions and not letting people get you triggered, your emotions, and get you off your ow, ow, ooh, I landed on my leg wrong. Ow, get you off your kilter, your emotional kilter. You know, keep yourself steady, like a even keeled, a keel of a boat. Keeps the balance, keeps the boat balanced. Think about having your keel out when you're around people who trigger you. Allow yourself to keep your balance, your emotional balance, because your emotions and your belief in what you're doing to help you heal is almost like as important as like 50% of the actual healing that you're going to do. I mean, they didn't give a percentage, but based on what they're saying, If you are a negative Millie and you're moping around about the problems that you have in your health and your body, that is only contributing to more stress, which is going to cause you more problems without healing. So they're saying how important your positive mental attitude is in your healing journey. And that's something that I worked on. I really got introduced in 2006. I'd say 2004 to 2006. I really started to look at my mindset and my positivity levels. Not like pie in the sky, because I'm definitely realistic about the shit that my life has been through. However, I realize you have a choice on how you see it and how you choose to discuss it in your head and how you choose to be a victim. Do you want to be a victim or do you want to be a victor? I chose, when I had my big awakening tragedy happen when I was 22, I chose, there was a group called Survivors of Suicide. And I went to that group, and I know it's helpful for a lot of people, but for me at the time, what I wanted to be was, I wanted to have victory in my life. Like, just because this happened to my life, I'm not going to just survive it. I want to thrive in my life. So at 22 years old, I set out trying to figure out, what does thriving look like? What does thriving mean? How do I thrive? How do I take what horrible circumstances I've encountered and still thrive in my life? So that's the attitude that I took at a very young age. And you know what? It doesn't always come quickly. But I will tell you that I have enjoyed being on the journey more than the experience of not being in this journey and in this conversation that I've been having with myself for 33 years now. But I do realize the journey started even before the tragedy. So my life has been all about the journey. So when you can tie those pieces together in your life and make sense of them and give them meaning, give them purpose, and understand how they happen, why they happen, where they happen, when they happen, what they produced, how you want to feel about what they produced, Alexa, stop. All of those things will support you in your now healing experience. So spend energy and time on the mind, because it's really powerful and it's a big piece to your healing journey. And I will just say, in chapter 10, they said, it was kind of coming from a spiritual context, and it said, I want to give y'all this hope. There is nothing that cannot be healed or rejuvenated in the body. That's what they said, okay? The problem is that people don't know how to rejuvenate it. And that's the journey. You've got to be curious. You've got to be curious and stand up for your life and figure out, what is your journey to heal and how do you have your best life? What does that take? And you know what? For everyone, it's different. So no one can tell you what you need to do. You have to go inward and get your answers. It doesn't hurt to have a helper, like a guide, who you can dialogue with and have ideas with. So having a coach or a counselor or a therapist or a doctor or somebody, that's always helpful. But it's your journey and you have to choose it, okay? My 5 minutes is up, the workout's over, and I'm gonna do my 20-second hit, okay? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Last time. Okay. My dog is still crying. I can hear her in the background. All right, like a little stretch. Oh, my back of my calves are, my hamstrings are tight. My lower back is tight right now. It's so weird how sometimes in the bed you can, oh, okay, that's enough. Okay, I have one thing to say, and then I'm gonna go walk my dog, okay? One thing to wrap up this very powerful message that came to me last night, okay? All right, hi guys. All right, poor thing. Here, I'm gonna put on my hat to tell you this last powerful message, all right? And this is coming from, if you're not spiritual, it's okay. I am not religious. I'm spiritual. I believe we're all connected. And all of that comes to you, matters for you. It's your story, it's your message. I'm just going to tell you what I read last night and what I understood from the reading. And that is that it's such good news, y'all. It's such good news that if you can get in touch with your own stuff about whatever it is that you're dealing with from a emotional, spiritual, physical, I don't know what else, psychological, I said physical, mental. If you can get in touch with your own journey and go inward and find your answers, this spiritual book called The Oil That Heals basically is saying that God or spirit or whatever you want to call it says that nothing is impossible when you put your trust in that possibility. You know, in the Bible, it says nothing is impossible when you put your trust in God. If God triggers you or you have issues with the word God, don't use the word God. Just say, I still believe in my possibilities. I still want greater health. I still want an amazing life. But until you believe that that's a possibility for your life, it can't happen. It won't happen until your brain has to believe it, and then your body follows suit. So figure out if you don't believe it, figure out if you want it. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe you don't want what you think you want. But if you do want what you think you want, what you've yearned for, what you've desired and have been craving for in your being, go seek it, figure it out, work on it, make it be part of your life. Because I believe what I read in the book, which is that all things can be revived and rejuvenated. And they were talking about the bodily systems, okay? But the key is you got to figure out what that answer is. I'm trying to figure it out for myself because I'm not completely healed person. So I'm working on it. I'm just doing it publicly in this platform. But also, I know that there are resources, people, positive circumstances, and people who have done it before who are out there. Just go seek them. Figure out how to bring and attract those people into your life. And when you believe it, they say you can achieve it. And I believe that too. So the book just talked about it. I think it was chapter 10 about the attitudes and emotions as a part of your healing. So can't wait to finish the chapter today. I'm going to walk the dog. Goodbye, partner. See you this afternoon for a second 5-minute session. Tomorrow is the last day. Oh, it's New Year's Eve, and I'm going to have a special New Year's Eve, what I've never been able to wear outfit on, if I can get into it enough just to do the rebounding. All right, guys, I'm going to walk the dog. Don't forget to be the joy you want to see in the world. All right, bye.